moves like the full Dookie Super Saiyan Goku.
And absolutely dislike hard plastic capes.
Give me GT Goku, now give me my future Gohan!
Like, I don't know.
All right, we are live.
Live! Welcome back to another Figures and Films episode. And in this episode, it's just me and Champ. We are continuing ranking, reviewing, discussing all of the One Piece arcs. This is episode 3, so we will be going over the arcs of Thriller Bark all the way to Marineford, which is pretty much right before the time skip. So episode 4 will most likely be the time skip. So just think of that. So all pre-time skip, we had to do 4 episodes just because of how long this damn series is. But I mean, it is a great series, and it's still ongoing. But I guess we should we jump right into it, or should we BS a little bit?
Sir. Again, guys, if you want to see our previous episodes. If you want to see our previous episodes, they are on Sean's channel, so you can go back and watch those. They are a little lengthy because we do get into a very long discussion about these arcs, but there's so much to talk about. We're basically breaking down these arcs, talking about everything that's going on, what we liked, what we disliked, and as you can see here, this is where we left off. We finished, what was it? We finished Ennie's lobby last time, I believe, right?
Yeah, we got up to Ennie's lobby, or post Ennie's lobby, same thing.
So yeah, so we covered that. Again, go check them out on Sean's channel. But continuing on, we are going into what's the next
Thriller Bark.
Thriller
Now,
Bark.
Truthfully, for me, this is probably one of my least favorite arcs. I thought it was all right. It was more comedic. I'm not a big fan of Gecko Moria either. I really don't like him as a character. I like the Doctor more, and Perona, I liked her more. And really the only part of this arc I thoroughly enjoyed was Brooke. Meeting Brooke, and another Straw Hat member that we do get at the end of this arc. That was a positive about this arc. Another positive was the whole Ryuma thing. Zoro getting a new sword, and a really good badass sword from Ryuma. And the other thing is such a huge iconic moment, and it's when we meet Kuma, and then we see Zoro pretty much take all of Luffy's pain after that big battle, and Kuma even said to Zoro, "You're not going to survive this." And Zoro does survive it, and we do get that pose of him standing there all beaten and bloody, and Sanji asking what happened. Nothing. Nothing happens. So that's a really big moment in One Piece. Yes, it didn't come from one of the best arcs, but it did have, it did have a couple good moments in it. Plus seeing that, I believe it was called Nightmare Luffy, where he was kind of like hulked out but blue, because he took all like those what is like the name of Gecko Moria's power? It's like he takes your soul or something. Yeah, it was like all the souls.
Basically, yeah, it's him like taking the shadow, what they call it, like his shadows or the souls or whatever.
Yeah, it was like their shadows. That's what it looked like. Their shadows.
Yeah.
I think it was like soul fruit or something.
Soul Reaper. So
let me look it up. Gecko Moria.
But I feel like Thriller Bark is in that category with Skypiea, where
Shadow Fruit.
Shadow Fruit. That's what it's called. I feel like. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying you were saying it was in the category of what?
The same category of like Skypiea, where it's like it's an entertaining arc, but I think what holds it down is that it's not the best. There's a lot more comedic. And like compared to the last arc in his lobby, where there's like really high stakes. Not saying that this arc doesn't have high stakes, but it's a lot less serious, and it's the tone's a lot, And it's almost like, you know, Luffy's like the Scooby-Doo gang, and they're going into this castle pirate ship, and they're like, you know, like, all right, gang, let's solve the mystery. But, you know, there is a lot of fun moments and a lot of important moments, a lot of story beats that get foreshadowed for the post-time skip, including Ryuma, for Wano. We also get Kuma, who also is now a big, vital character.
Oh yeah.
Especially now with Egghead going on. I just reached that area.
And he is one of the warlords. It's really our first time seeing him too, out of all the warlords. I mean, we've seen him, but like we never really seen his ability,
him in action,
or even talking, I think.
And another thing is, not only we get a connection with a Laboon with Brook, but we also get little hints of other characters, because with Gecko Moria, he has dead pirates on his island, and not only does he have Ryuma, but there's other pirates that were, you know, that were going to be mentioned in God Valley, and there's also a connection to Big Mom here as well with one of her daughters. She's on the island as well, so that's another foreshadow for, you know, how that's going to play on. A lot of, again, like Skype, a lot of little pieces that you are going to miss if you skip this arc. But I will say I will have to rank it with Skypiea, with it being an A tier. I think there are some really good funny moments. Some of them bad moments as well. Like the like Nami getting assaulted in the shower. That was a little uncomfortable by the invisible dude. And then Sanji comes in and is like, "You took my dream." It's like, "What do you mean your dream? I thought your dream was seeing the all blue." "No, I wanted to be invisible because I can peep on naked ladies in the shower." And I'm just okay.
Which he pretty much gets later on with his, what he gets from his father, the little can Germa thing.
The Germa suit.
He gets that ability anyway with the Germa suit,
But what else is there?
You think it's A tier? I would think it's more B.
B tier?
Skypiea was much better. I can't even see the tier list.
Oh, you could do you not have the link?
Oh, I don't know why, but it's so far behind on my YouTube.
Oh.
A tier. Yeah, I would feel like it'd be more B tier. What's everything on B tier? I can't even read it. It's so tiny.
So B tier is Orange Town, Syrup Village, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, and Little Garden.
Yeah, I would feel like it'd be more ranked there than the A tier. Because A tier is like a really good arc, and then of course S tier is like the best arcs.
Yeah,
I didn't think Thriller Bark was a really good arc. I thought it was all right. It was really funny. But I mean, we could put it high on B.
Yeah, maybe like a high B.
Yeah.
Like put it right there in front of Orange Town. I'll put on.
Yeah. That's.
You know what? I have Reverse Mountain here, so I'm putting it next to Reverse Mountain because those two connect. You know, because we get to see you know Brooke's story with Laboon, and you know find out that he is one of the pirates that Laboon's waiting for.
That's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most towards the end of One Piece, is that those two reuniting. I feel like there's so many reuniting that we have to see. Usopp, I mean, he never really like remembered his dad, barely. Like he knows who he is, but his dad left when he was so young. But them reuniting, Shanks and Luffy. There's another character that's going to reunite with someone that I won't say because you won't know about it yet. But yeah, there's a lot of things I can't. There's just like a checklist of stuff I can't wait to see at like the end of One Piece. You know, there's so many things that they built up throughout the entire story, and then it'll all, you know, come through at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have to go with the B tier. Yeah, definitely. Trying to think if there's anything else really with the arc. I
do like the fights with Zoro and Ryuma.
Yeah, That was definitely one of the highlights. Brooks' moments were great too, because he knew a lot about Gecko Moria and his crew. And they were all frightened of him, calling him like the humming swordsman, which was pretty cool.
Right. I think Usopp had some again, Usopp had his peak moments in the last arc, but he did was able to be helpful in this arc because he's always so negative. And what's her name with the
Perona, yeah,
Perona with her ghost and make you all negative and sad. It doesn't work on him, and it's funny. So
like Luffy and Eneru or Enel, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Like, oh my god, he's immune. So
yeah. Yeah, and then the Nightmare Luffy thing was cool.
Yeah, them taking on the oh god, what's that creature's name? That Horus? Yeah. It was cool to see
there was
all
a good one in Marineford that we'll get to later.
Yeah, it was cool to see the whole Straw Hats like try to fight this big monster. So that was pretty cool. I think it was definitely different.
That was like the first. Yeah, that was the first time we seen them all like literally team up to fight an enemy. And then there was that one funny part where Frankie tried to do like a Power Rangers. Oh my god, what's the robot thing called? The Power Rangers. Oh no!
Like he tried to make
Megazord. A Megazord.
Megazord,
and then he had like Usopp on one hand. I think like I don't know.
Yeah, I think he had Chopper on one hand and then Usopp on one hand.
Chopper was on his head.
Yeah,
They asked Robin to do it. She's like, "I'm not doing that. It's stupid."
Yeah,
they all got like sad about it. Like it did have funny moments in it, but I think the reason why it was more of a comedic arc is because of how serious Water 7 Enies Lobby was. That was such a serious arc, not as much comedy. So I understand that he went to a more, lighthearted comedy type arc after Enies Lobby and Water 7.
But the next arc is even more serious. So it's like understanding this is like a middle ground where it's like, okay, we're gonna make things lighthearted for now, kind of put it on like another adventure with the with the crew, but there are there are gonna be some things that tie into future arcs. So
and since we're talking about it, might as well jump into Sabaody Archipelago. I think it's Archipelago. Yeah, I know it's Sabaody Archipelago. So that's the next arc. This arc I liked a lot. It was short, but this was a really, really good arc. And like you said, it had a more serious tone in it. So before that, there was something I loved in it. What happened? Go ahead.
I know with Sabaody, this is kind of like split up into two parts, where the first part is like them finding what were those that Sanji lookalike.
I forgot his name. Hold on.
So
he's like, I've had
this
vendetta.
I think they were mermaid hunters, I believe, right? I think they were like a clan of mermaid hunters. I forget his name. Yeah, if anyone knows in the chat,
I'm looking it up right now. Archipelago beginning part.
But I know this is one. Sanji finds the guy who, like, the guy said, oh god, once you find his name. But basically, Sanji finds someone that looks like him.
It's like a stupid name too. No, it's not, I don't think it's them that does that. It's the people on the island that do that. Mermaids are they cost so much money.
Yeah. I forget. Oh god, see, that part was kind of forgettable because it was.
But it was really funny with that guy having this huge vendetta against Sanji, because as it's going, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Why does he know Sanji and hate him so much? What did Sanji ever do to this guy? Then come to find out, the bad drawing of Sanji's wanted poster, the guy looks identical to that. So everybody kept thinking,
oh, Duval. That's what his name is.
Duval. Yeah, that was some dumb name. So the Marines and bounty hunters kept going after this guy thinking he's Sanji when he's not. So he built up this hatred towards Sanji. But that part was really funny. I mean, they end up like
the Rosy Life Riders. That's what they call, or formerly the Flying Fish Riders.
Yeah, they rode on Flying Fish.
Oh, they are slave traders.
Okay. So, all right.
I had a wiki that.
Eventually, like they're fighting the Straw Hats, and eventually they become friends with them. and like help
But
them.
before that, we get a hint of Luffy using Conqueror's Haki.
Knocked everybody out, right?
Yep, when I think one of the what was it? One of the creatures they were riding on was approaching Luffy, and he just stares at him, and he's
Yeah.
like tells him to stop or go away or get out of here. Does the exact same thing that Shanks does without knowing it, and he's just able to just like knock like
he's slowly, getting more powerful as the series goes, and
yeah.
that becomes a huge part in Marineford, and then of course during the time skip.
Yeah. So we're seeing that Luffy is unlocking some powers. Oh god, what's her name that they befriend? The starfish and the mermaid. Cammy? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Forgot the starfish's name.
he
Cammy.
has like a little funky hat, and they tell him about like, oh, in order to cross the red line, you actually have to go to Sabaody, get your ship to be coated with this
Well, to go to Fishman Island.
Yeah, to go to Fishman Island, because it's like you have to go to Fishman Island, and then you kind of have to like go under the water, then come back up on the other side in order to get to the New World, which is the other half of the Grand Line.
Yeah, which is the more dangerous half.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the Straw Hats are strong right now, but they are not ready. And a specific character knew that, which is why he did what he did in Sabaody, splitting them all up.
Yeah. The thing is that when we get to Sabaody, we think it's like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. Hey, look, another adventure. And then this is where we like meet the Celestial Dragons, and we see like everyone here is like, I don't want to say, well, it's also a meeting ground where everyone's like coming from the Grand Line to get ready to go to the other half. So you see all these different pirates. You see, the worst generation. So you see Bonnie, Law, Kid, what's his name? The gangster one. He's there.
Beijing.
Yeah.
Beijing.
And then you see Hawks. And then who's the I'm gonna rely on my names. The guy with the cars. Drake. Is that his name?
That's Hawkins.
Oh, that's Hawkins. Okay.
Yeah,
it was Drake
is the guy who turns into the dinosaur. Then there's one guy who looks like the native from Skypiea with the wings on his back. I always forget his name because out of all the worst generation, he's like the most least talked about. So I always forget his name.
Because he doesn't do anything.
I think. Oh, then there's Apu.
Apu, yeah. Yeah, the long part of the long arm tribe, and he has like all these musical devil
that's
fruit.
His devil fruit. Yeah. I forgot what it's called.
He's got the keys on his piano. God, I hate that fucker.
Yeah. We all do during Wano. But yeah, we get a glimpse of them and a glimpse of all their powers, or devil fruits as well, which is pretty cool. And there is a big iconic moment in this arc as well. It's known to the world, you don't mess with celestial dragons, you don't touch them, attack them, or anything, or it's like automatic death.
Yeah, you just have to do what they say. And if a celestial dragon says, hey, give up your woman, you have to give up your woman. So these guys are pieces of crap. Like, they're
the worst characters
because they are descendants of, I think, the founders of the
world government.
They have to treat them like royalty and kiss their asses, which I hate them.
Not all of them are messed up, but 90% of them are. There's a very small 10% that aren't screwed up.
They're using people as carriers. They have them on leashes. It's just, and they carry a pistol and they shoot anyone who gets in their way.
They're doing things to humans and species of One Piece you shouldn't be doing to any type of being. It's wrong to do that. I mean, it's been in the past of the world. I don't even want to say the word because it's just a bad word. But yeah, they are probably the worst type of characters you can have in a series. But there's two parts. So before we get to the big iconic moment, we have Zoro just walking down the street, and a celestial dragon, a group of them, is walking by, and he sees them. I think one of them pulls a gun on him, and he's like, "Get out of my way!"
I think it's
Zoro's
because yeah,
like, "Huh?"
Zoro wasn't kneeling down, and he's just like, huh?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and Zoro like moved so quick and was about to pull out his sword and cut this celestial dragon down, and Bonnie, out of nowhere, a little kid Bonnie, like knocks him out of the way, and she's like, "Oh my god, brother!" I forgot what she was saying, but she pretty much saved him from whatever was about to happen. Even though Zoro probably wouldn't have needed saving, but at some point, like Kizaru would have showed up because he does later on.
Yeah.
But the Cammy, the mermaid, got kidnapped, so they're trying to rescue her as they're in this arc as well. And then Luffy also meets up with Trafalgar Law and Estes Kid, and like there's these battles with the Marines, and you see all three of them working together fighting, which is pretty cool because they're like the top three of the worst generation.
Yeah.
And you get to see Kid and Law's abilities for the first time, which is pretty cool. I always thought Law's ability was awesome. I was just so confused as to how it worked, which during Dressrosa, you get a better understanding of it. He's pretty much like a surgeon.
Yeah. The thing about
And
Law in Sabaody, he's a lot more chill and relaxed, where in Post, he's stressing 24/7. Like, this dude is like full on like, please leave me alone.
yeah.
Like, but here
Well,
he's just kind of like
he
chilling.
knows how serious shit is.
Yeah.
After time skip. But yeah, he is more like chilled out and relaxed. I mean, he was while he was with the Straw Hats, but when shit was going down, like he was a totally different character, especially during like Dressrosa and even Wano. He wasn't really stressing out. It was more Dressrosa because of the history he had with Doflamingo and all those characters and stuff, because he knew how dangerous Doflamingo was. To me, he's the most powerful warlord. But yeah, we get to see all that, and they're trying to find Cammy, and then we find out they're what was it called again? There's like this house where they're selling mermaids.
It was an auction house.
Yeah, all types of creatures, and then they find out Cammy's there. There's also like this big giant dude there too that Law ends up recruiting onto his crew.
Yeah.
And then there's another character there too as well, which we don't know who he is at first, and come to find out it's Silver's Rayleigh.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much, he was pretty much like how Zoro is to Luffy for Goldie Roger, his right-hand man and second strongest on his crew. But we don't know that yet. So they're in this auction house, and they're trying to save Cammy. And I guess the Celestial Dragon comes in, and I forgot the dude from...
It's the same one that Zoro was about to cut down, and he comes in,
yeah,
and he's like, "Oh,
snot always dripping out his nose."
Yeah, with the funky hairdo. Yeah,
I hate him. But he, the one fisherman from Arlong Park with the 8 or 6 arms, Hachi.
Hachi.
Yeah, so he becomes friends with the Straw Hats, because he's friends with like Cammy and the Starfish. But the Celestial Dragon shoots him, and then you get that iconic moment of Luffy just saying, like, not giving an F. He just winds back and punches the shit out of the Celestial Dragon.
That should have killed him.
Yeah. Well, Well, that's when shit went down, and then Law and Kid and Luffy are fighting all the Marines, and all the Marines showed up. Kizaru is popping up. They do end up saving Cammy, but I think Silver's Rayleigh is the one that saves her, because they had the collars on.
Yeah.
And if you try to mess with it, it explodes. And he's so advanced with his hockey and stuff, he's able to just like break it off.
I think that was was observation or armament hockey? I think it was with armament. Because
something like that.
It's similar to what they mentioned, how you have to transfer energy without even touching it, and then be able to.
Does it for Yamato later in Wano.
Yeah. So
and that's when you learn that like advanced type of armament hockey or whatever it was. I forgot what it was called exactly, but yeah, like shit's going down now. All the Strats are trying to just like escape because Luffy really just brought the house down. All
Well,
the
I think
Marine.
before that, I think it's even before they go to the auction house, or sometime somewhere between there, they meet up with Rayleigh at his house, and we see what's her name, what's her
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The lady with the short black
yeah,
hair.
turns which
I
you
don't
know
think he was there, but Rayleigh wasn't there. He was in that auction house. But they do meet up with her. But
I'm pretty sure they meet him during that arc. I'm 100% sure, but I don't know if it's before or after the auction house. I think it's before.
I think it's it might
before
be.
because after when they get
I
out of the
know.
auction house, that's when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, but Rayleigh's in there as like a prisoner.
Okay,
And that's when we first
I
see
think what
him.
happened is they are able to leave the auction house. They meet up
Yeah,
with
and I
Rayleigh,
think they meet up there. Yeah.
and then when they're trying to get the leave, that's when all hell breaks loose. It's been a while since I watched
Yeah,
it, so people in the comments be like, you don't remember, dude. It's been a while, but um, one thing that sorry, people are texting me.
yeah.
But one thing that I do like about the conversation with Rayleigh is that we get a little bit of insight of like Luffy talking to talking about Goldie Roger, talking about Shanks, how Rayleigh Rayleigh talked to Shanks, and he's like, oh, he's always thinking highly of you. And I like when he's like Shanks, he's like a little embarrassed and stuff. He also
Yeah.
Rayleigh also mentions like, hey, I know where the One Piece is. Laugh Town.
Yeah, he must have to.
He's like, I know where it is. I could just tell you if you want. You came this far. And Usopp's like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And Luffy's like, nah, I'm good. I want to find it on my own. And Usopp's like, why? We could just go. It's like Luffy's like, no. It's like I don't want a easy path. I want to find
Yeah,
it myself.
that'll ruin their adventure. I mean, you saw the last movie, Stampede, right?
Yeah.
There was that prize was the log pose to Left Town if he breaks it.
Yeah, which is honestly for the best, to be honest, because everyone wanted that.
Yeah, but yeah, so they need to get their ship coated
with that bubble stuff where it like creates a barrier.
So you can go underwater and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're trying to, because I think Rayleigh knows how to do it. I believe Rayleigh knows how to do it. So they're trying to rush back to get to their ship and just get out of there because there's Marines everywhere. Now you have an admiral that showed up, Kizaru, and this is where shit starts getting real. And Kuma pops up too, and they can't fight him. They can't fight Kizaru. I think Kizaru was about to kill Zoro at one moment, and then Rayleigh came in there. And
there was also Axe. That's what Luffy calls him, the guy with the big axe, and he controls the pacifistas.
Oh, so yeah, what the hell is his name? It's Kizaru's nephew.
Yeah. But he shows up with the pacifistas, which is like an army of clone robots of Kuma, and it takes a lot of energy from the crew, the Straw Hats, to even to defeat
just to beat one. Yeah. Like they beat one, and they're like, oh shit, there's more.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit.
And Zoro,
he's still injured from the last arc.
Yeah,
so he's not 100% recovered.
100%. Yeah. But at that point, none of them would have been able to beat Kizaru or Kuma. But Kuma wasn't even trying to fight them.
Yeah.
Kuma was trying to get them away and send them places where he believed they would be able to advance and get stronger.
Yeah, so we find that out in Fishman Island arc, and there's more information on post time too. I don't want to talk too much about post stuff because I want to try to just look at this arc as itself without that context. But
yeah, well, while you're watching it, you're like, what is going on? Because when he hits you,
you've only
known, at this point, you just hear like a bubble pop and you just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he did that to Perona back on Thriller Bark, and you're like, what?
It's called the paw fruit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has an interesting. Some devil fruits are just so odd, like Laws, Kumas. They're so weird. but he keeps doing it one by one to each Straw Hat, and then even like with Robin, you like felt so bad for her. I think she was like the
We
last.
just got her back.
Yeah, and she's like even like staring at Luffy in like almost seriousness, like Luffy, help me, and Luffy couldn't do anything, and it broke Luffy watching all his crewmates just disappear, and she was the last one to go, and Luffy was just like pounding at the ground.
Yeah.
And then Kuma comes up to him and does it to him too, and you're just like, what the F just happened?
Yeah, like I knew that the crew didn't die, but I was like, oh god, this is bad because they're all getting separated, or at least to first time viewers that haven't know anything about One Piece, you think that the crew's dying, like oh god, everyone's
you
dying.
don't know what's happening.
Everyone's getting Thanos snapped, like oh my god,
vanishing, and then we find out that Kuma's devil fruit, because I think at the end of this arc. And then, well, that's the end of the arc because the next one will be Amazon Lily.
Yeah, unfortunately, Luffy and the gang were not ready. Rayleigh had to fight off Kizaru. All the worst generation had they're trying to escape. It was a pirate marine war. Sabaody was just a war zone at this point. Like everyone was trying to flee, mass hysteria, just everything going crazy. It's like it shot from 0 to 100 like that.
Ever since Luffy punched the celestial dragon, because that just sends stuff out to the Marines, and the Marines, you can't mess with celestial dragons. They bring out their big guns when shit like that happens. But Sabaody, how would you rank it? I would think it's A tier at least.
Yeah, I would put it as A tier as well. I think that it's just the beginning with the Duval will kind of slowed it down again a bit. I think that was just
I mean that wasn't that too long though.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 5 episodes or something like that. But when we got to Sabaody, that's when things start to kick up, and we're like, oh. This almost feels like it's almost like a prologue to well actually not this one's a prologue to the next arc, or I guess this is all one big arc if you think about it, with Sabaody, Amazon
pretty much,
and then Marineford are like intertwined. Yeah,
they're all pretty much the same arc, and since the crew split up, these next arcs mainly focus on Luffy and other characters. So it's not Luffy and the Straw Hats for a few arcs, actually. And that speaking of that, we're going to jump into Amazon Lily to find out that Kuma, when he hits you like that, he sends you flying.
Yeah.
You're like in a bubble. He sends you flying to wherever the hell he wants to send you. And he sends Luffy to an island, which is Amazon Lily, which is just an island full of women. And he didn't send Sanji there on purpose. He sent all the Straw Hats to all these specific islands. Like Zoro got sent to the island where Draco Mihawk lives, so he can train with Draco Mihawk. He sent Nami to this town. I think it's in the sky.
It's like a sky island, like a mini sky island.
Yeah, they're a bunch of wizards. Yeah,
they research and observe the weather. Yeah, weather wizards.
Yeah, they're weather wizards, so that's perfect for her climate tech. Usopp got sent to this island.
It's like this bug island, but it has all this food in it. Well, it's actually the island is actually a huge, like it's alive. It's like one of those like fly traps basically.
Yeah.
It comes alive, and once in a while it tries to like eat people or whatever that's on the island. So it's constantly keeping Usopp on his toes and think of new strategies and
create new weapons too with his slingshot, which I really like.
But before that, he got really fat because he saw all the food and wouldn't stop eating. So apparently he got type 2 diabetes.
And he changes that around after like Marineford. Frankie got sent to an island where Dr. Vegapunk.
I think it's his home, actually, home island.
Probably, so there was a lot of like scientific equipment there, and Frankie, being a cyborg, was able to use a lot of this to his advantage to upgrade himself.
So,
Brooks was weird. He just got sent to like a long arm tribe place,
yeah.
and they like forced him to like perform. He became like
Yeah,
a big
I don't know
musician.
how that's going to benefit him. I guess, make him a rock star, so, but he did
Yeah,
learn
like
some.
he didn't. Yeah, he was already like pretty strong. I really don't know what that really did for him. Chopper, where did Chopper get sent?
Chopper went to this island where there are these huge birds, and then there's these like
Oh
cavemen
yeah,
kind of people.
yeah.
So
So he could practice being a doctor, I guess.
yeah, so he was able to
But
share knowledge of his medicine and able to help out the cavemen. Was also make
yeah,
peace with the big birds because again he's part animal and was able to do more research with his rumble balls because remember with his rumble balls he only had a limit and when he overdosed he got into that big form and he
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have full control on that. He tried to do that in Sabaody and
Yep.
unfortunately
Kuma still went boop.
yeah, unfortunately, that
But
form was
yeah,
not
he does
attainable.
get a lot more forms
Yeah,
when we see him return. Nico
Robin
Robin
got the
got
worst of it though, because she went into
Robin.
because she went
He went to
to
where the Revolution Army was.
no, she went to prison. She went to what was it called, Tequila Wolf? It was basically
Oh, then
the
she gets saved by the Revolutionary Army.
yeah, but I feel
All
bad
right.
because she gets like assaulted and then she gets sent to jail. I'm just like,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
just got out. Now she's back
Well,
in.
he sent her there because he knew the Revolution Army was heading there, I guess. And
I hope so, because Jesus
yeah, he
Christ.
wouldn't just send her there to like go to prison. Who are we missing now?
Um,
Sanji got sent to an it's another island that is pretty much run by the Revolution Army. It's Ivankov's
yeah,
island, which we don't learn who Ivankov is yet. We do shortly.
yeah.
Who are we missing? Is that
Luffy.
everybody?
Luffy. He goes to Amazon
Oh yeah,
Lily.
so yeah,
That's
I
the
was
whole
saving him for
next
that.
arc. Is him
Yeah, so
going
yeah,
to the island filled
Amazon
with
Lily, yeah.
all these Amazonian half-naked women, which Sanji and I are just. Sanji definitely. He was definitely pissed. I feel bad for Sanji. He got he got to this island with all these very masculine
Wait.
looking women. I don't want to offend
Yeah, yeah,
anyone, but
yeah.
Luffy goes to this island, which basically is one of the home of one of the warlords, which is
Boa Hancock,
Boa
yes, the
Hancock.
most beautiful woman in the One Piece world.
Beautiful on the outside, but kind
Not
of,
on the
but
inside.
not on the inside. She kind of cold hearted, but I understand why because we found out that she was actually her and her sisters were actually slaves
Yeah,
for all of the celestial dragons. Which again heavy topics like in
yeah,
these past few arcs like dealing with child slavery with
yeah. They were children.
yeah
They were children too. Like Jesus. Yeah.
it's messed up and you can see why she has that cold heart like she's like and she doesn't like men at all and she's
Hmm.
able to take advantage of with her devil fruit power where she can turn people into stone. She can also
Yeah.
I think
She kind of like has a Medusa type.
yeah, it is kind of like
That's
it's
what it
like a
reminded me of.
Medusa, kind of like poison ivy kind of
Yeah,
powers.
love. I think it's a love devil fruit. Like,
Yeah, where she's like, he's
yeah,
like, where she has like
turn
the
you on the stone
yeah,
if you're like super attracted and fall in love with her.
and she looks down on you, and she has
Everybody
that
pretty much
iconic
does.
pose where she like does that, which has to
Yeah,
be bad for your back. But it's funny
it
because
is.
when Luffy's on this island, all these women don't know what a man is. I mean, they heard stories,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
funny
Besides the
because
old lady,
yeah,
and like Bo Hancock and her sisters. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like Luffy gets imprisoned, captured, and I guess he's naked because they were trying to give him some new clothes, and they were trying to
Yeah,
heal
he
up
got
his
like these
wounds.
mushroom things stuck on him.
Yeah, so like, and then all these women are like, "What's that thing between your legs?" And it's like, "Oh,
Yeah, they're
this is my family jewels," and she's like,
boxes.
"Oh, jewels? Can we have them?" It's like, "No, are you crazy?" So there's some
Yeah, those
crazy out of
funny
pocket
parts
things
in it.
going on in this arc.
So, but as we go through it, like Boa Hancock kind of wants to like execute him and get rid of
Hmm.
him. So, um, it's kind of like a gladiator fight, and
Yeah.
he has to her two sisters, and they have a devil fruit where they kind of turn into snakes.
Yeah.
He's fighting them, and one of their like shirts kind of burn off, and Bo Hancock and her sisters have the slavery tattoos on them.
So they're very protective of that, and they don't want that to be shown.
Yeah, so they keep it hidden because Luffy accidentally walks in or falls into where Bo Hancock was butt naked, and she was like ashamed of it. So Luffy, they explained it to him, so Luffy knows, but she still wants to kill him or get rid of him.
Yeah.
Or if he doesn't survive this, he has to die or something. I forgot what it was exactly, but one of the sisters in snake form, like her shirt burned off from something, and Luffy jumped on her back and cut because she couldn't cover the tattoo and cover the tattoo. And Boa Hancock saw this and like kind of respected Luffy for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up sparing him. But what's funny as this is going on, Boa Hancock, befriends him, and she like starts falling in love with him, and she's like so hardcore in love with Luffy, and Luffy is so oblivious to it.
Yeah.
And it's funniest shit. But I really don't remember what else happened on Amazon Lily. I just know at one point the old lady was reading the paper and Luffy saw it and then saw that Ace's execution was going to be held this day, which I think was like in a day or two. So he like
it was like in like 3 days or something like. Or no, I think it was in. It took a while for them to get to Impel Down, so it was like a few days.
Yeah. So Luffy pleads with like Boa Hancock and says like, please, you got to get me into Impel Down. I need to save my brother, this and that. And she's so in love with him. She's like, all right. So the way she smuggles him in, he like grabs around her body.
Yeah.
And she like has a robe on or something. So she's able to sneak him in. But like that whole trip going there was really funny. So Amazon Lily, I mean, what would you rate that? Is there C on there or
there's
maybe B, C?
I would put it on B, maybe. Just because
it wasn't like horrible. It wasn't the best. It was just like all right.
Yeah. I mean, compared to Stop at Oda, this one, it was going again. I think Oda was trying to. Too. I think Oda was trying to balance the tone. So one arc he would do a serious arc, then one's a little bit more lighthearted. But this one still has some ties to the previous arc. Talking about slavery, Celestial Dragons. How evil the world is and everything like that. So it's still tying into that, which is also setting up to the next arc, which we're just kind of going to put these all into one, which is Impel Down, Marineford, and Post-War. We're going to just combine 3 of these arcs into one, to be honest. And honestly, I'm going to put them on S tier right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely. I did like Marineford more than Impel Down, but Impel Down was still very good. There was a lot of great moments in it.
Because with the next arc, so Luffy's going to Impel Down, which is the underwater prison for the world government. Here, this is where we get to meet a lot of old characters, reunite with a lot of old characters, and see some new
returning characters, and new characters,
Of course, we see Buggy, see what he's been up to. We see Mr. 3. We see everyone's favorite. Sashi Burinana Mugiwara. Which, Crocodile. We meet Jinbei for the first time. We meet
Bon Clay comes back and becomes like one of the most loved characters for
Bon Clay is back, yes. Which I don't remember. I think
Mr. One's back too.
Mr. One, yes, a guy that Zoro fought. He's back. Like almost like all of like the Alabaster villains are back.
Yeah, we meet Ivankov.
Ivankov, who is like the king of the queers, I guess, is what was the title, but I don't want to.
Something like that, yeah.
But he has like an underground resistance.
It's in the prison somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? He's part of the Revolutionary Army.
Yeah.
And he's very close with Dragon, which is Luffy's father.
Which is funny that Luffy, when they're having that conversation, he's like, it's like my best friend, Dragon. And Luffy's like, So my dad. And Ivanka was like, right, because you and your dad,
Her
your
jaw
dad.
dropped, like, what?
It's like, why are you so like? He's like so nonchalant about it.
Yeah, and now since he learned that Luffy is the son of Dragon, he feels like obligated to look out for him and kind of like protect him. Same
That
with
and
like
Jinbei as well, because Ace.
Yeah,
There was a scene with
Jinbei.
Ace where Jinbei, he's one of the warlords or ex-warlords, because he didn't, when Ace was captured and all the government the Marines were letting all the warlords saying, hey, come to Marineford, we're gonna need you as backup because there might be an attack by the Whitebeard pirates to come and rescue Ace. And that's one of the reasons why Boa Hancock went, because she was summoned. She originally was not gonna go, and she was like, whatever, I don't care about these, this feud or whatever.
I think
the
old lady there made her go.
The old lady and Luffy saying, I need to go save my brother. Can you please, let's go so I can save him? And she's like, okay. So she gives in.
Oh, yeah.
So she's able to, sneak him onto a marine boat. They go to Impel Down. She's able to sneak Luffy in. She leaves to go to Marineford. And Luffy's just not being stealthy. Of course, he's going around, and Buggy's one of the few that like kind of shows him like, hey, there's like these different levels of the prison, and each one is like a different torture for the prisoners. So like there'd be like, I don't know, like a lava room, like a boiling room or whatever, like an ice room, or like where everything's like frozen, like very cold. There's another room where it's like all these spikes or whatever. There's like all these, it's like a needle in a haystack kind of room, and it's just like it's a different kind of hell for these pirates out that the government's just basically torturing these pirates. And then on the very bottom floor is where like the most dangerous pirates are being held. So like Crocodile,
and they weren't being tortured.
No, they were just chilling. But
that seemed like the best part of the prison to tell you.
I know, it's like, oh, you really gotta be like, very dangerous just to be in basically what do you call it? Like, it's not death row. I mean,
it's like level 6. They call it like different levels.
It was like 6 or 7, the very like bottom. But Luffy reaches to the bottom where Ace was held, but unfortunately he misses him. Jinbei was there, and so there's this massive breakout, and then unfortunately Luffy does get defeated a couple of times. He gets stopped by the warden there,
Magellan.
Yeah, who has a poisonous
he poisoned him really bad. Yeah, and Bon Clay had to take care of Luffy, and he did. And Bon Clay eventually finds Ivankov. And Ivankov has a power where he could change you male, female. Yeah. He also has the ability to like
change your biology as well. Like your anatomy and everything.
He can inject you kind of with like adrenaline.
Yeah.
And other types of things he could do. But he ends up saving Luffy's life also, which we kind of brushed over quickly. But Luffy was like on the verge of dying. He got poisoned so badly by Magellan. Magellan's really strong. Like he has a really powerful devil fruit, which I see why he's the warden of Impel Down, because I think he even beat like Blackbeard too, because Blackbeard pops up at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
And then there's also the whole theory that Crocodile was originally a woman.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of dialogue between Crocodile and Ivankov, right? That's there was a little thing that mentions like, oh, Crocodile, you got to do this for us, especially for that favor. Remember that what I did for you, did to you a long time ago? And Crocodile's just like. So there was something that happened back then. I would find it funny if that, if he was a woman and he got turned into a man. There's also that, theory in the live action One Piece. We see everyone's reaction to Gold D. Roger being executed. And we all know that Crocodile was there during the execution. But we see a woman there that kind of looks like him. Yeah, like dressed as Crocodile and has like, so maybe that's the theory. Also, everyone keeps saying that Crocodile is Luffy's mom.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't know what's up with that, but
I don't think his mom's going to be as big of a character that people are trying to make his mother's character be. Like, look at Ace's mom. She wasn't a big character at all. But Goldie Roger was his father, which we do learn in this arc as well.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Luffy's father is Dragon, and then his grandpa's Garp. So I think that's pretty big enough for Luffy's family tree, you know?
Brothership wants me to put on the hat. Listen, if I put on the hat, it's not gonna fit, okay? Like, hold on.
Yeah, his headphones are in the way. You need to put, like, headphones like these on.
Like, how am I gonna do this? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, I can wear like this, maybe?
Yeah, you could do it like that, yeah.
Like this, but I'm gonna have to hold it the whole time. Like,
yeah, you can take it off. He probably just wanted you to wear it for a sec.
I have the vest on. That's good enough. Luffy doesn't always wear the hat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot what arc it was after, but yeah, Ace got caught because Ace was hunting down Blackbeard.
It was after, I believe, Ennis Lobby, I want to say.
Was it? Yeah, it might have been.
I think so, when he was tracking down
They have
Teach.
a really cool battle. Yeah, they have a really cool battle. And Blackbeard, we learn his devil fruit, which is kind of like an empty abyss, and it sucks in other devil fruits.
Yeah, it basically like nullifies it. Like,
yeah, like specific devil fruits, he just like, it's like a black hole, and it sucks in like for example, Ace was fire, so when he like shoot fire at him, he would just absorb it into that black hole, and then he could shoot it back out you. So Blackbeard has a super powerful devil fruit, and he's gave Ace up to the Marines. That's how the Marines got Ace. But yeah, then Luffy found out Blackbeard was because Luffy knew that Ace was hunting Blackbeard, and Blackbeard was the one that beat him and gave him to the Marines. And Luffy hasn't seen Blackbeard since Skypiea, which we had a nice like little discussion about that back then. And in Impel Down, Luffy finally comes face to face with him. And he's like, so you're Blackbeard. He's like, and what did Blackbeard say? He's like, I didn't feel the need to tell you my name before, or something like that.
Yeah, and then it's like, I was originally trying to hunt you down, you know, and get you, like, you know, turn you in, but then, you know, Ace did it for me, and I thought this was better, so, you know, it works out in the end.
Yeah, so Luffy just wants to beat the crap out of him.
And he gets a pretty good hit on him, too. He launches him back and, you know, makes him bleed, but with that devil fruit of him, like, absorbing, like, the black hole, basically, like, absorbing, like, Luffy's power or whatever. Is so we're still waiting for that rematch of Luffy versus Blackbeard, but who knows?
Oh, it'll come very soon, because there's a couple arcs to the last two, like
that, or it might be against Shanks. Who knows? But there's a lot of
or it could be Luffy and Shanks versus Blackbeard, because Blackbeard did give Shanks that scar on his eye, on his face.
Yeah, what episode was that in post time skip?
They never showed it.
They never showed it. Did it? Was it ever in like a manga, or was like ever referenced?
Not that I know of. It's just talked about.
Oh,
it's never shown. It's one of those type of things. But I forgot how like Luffy and Blackbeard stopped fighting. Is it because Magellan showed up?
I think so. Because they were heading out, and
it's funny. It's like Luffy gathered up another crew real quickly from Impel Down.
Oh, he gathered up another army. That's what he does. He gathers up like a little army to go fight a Marineford.
But there was like 10 to 12 members with him. That was like his new crew just for these arcs, which was really funny because he didn't have his strats. So he did get like a little army, and Buggy, for some reason they were like really backing Buggy.
Because Buggy's like Usopp. He finds a way to bullshit his way through scenarios.
Yeah. So
honestly, I want to see a fight with Usopp and Buggy now. Because I don't think we ever got to have those two on one-on-one.
Because when they fought Buggy, they didn't even.
They didn't meet Usopp yet. So I want to see Usopp versus Buggy in the finale. That would be funny.
They could have fought on Logtown.
Yeah,
I don't even think they came face to face.
I don't even think they interacted. So maybe the live action would do something different, because Usopp did interact with Buggy, but it was just with his head.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And he kept messing with him as he was filling up like hot sauce in his little
Yeah, so that is something that I imagine would happen.
Because he kept going boom, boom.
But yeah. But like Brother Ship says in the comments, the power to rally others to his side. That's Luffy's.
Yeah.
That's one of the special things about Luffy, and they're able to escape Impel Down, and Jinbei joins them. Jinbei's kind of like, at this point he's not really looking after Luffy, but he's kind of like, I'll join you on this quest because I made a promise to Ace. And it's like I don't want. It's like I don't condone what the world government and the Marines are doing, abusing the warlord system and stuff like that. He's like, I don't want to be into these. He's like, I don't like politics. I don't like that. It's like I don't like all this violence, man. I'm a fishman.
And like ever since I met Jinbei, like I loved him as a character, and I loved him so much in this arc. Crocodile I really like too, but
Crocodile, he wants to smoke with everyone. He's like, come on, bring it on. It's like, dude, you got beat up in the second the second saga of One Piece. Like, come on.
Yeah, but I feel like he was stronger in Marineford. But yeah, it took them a while to get out of Marineford. They eventually do, and they have to steal like a marine ship.
Oh, you're talking about Impel Down? No, they leave Impel Down. Yeah. Then they steal
there's
marine
that
ship.
Big moment, as they all escape on the ship, and Bon Clay stays behind. He's like, "I'll catch up with you, Luffy." And Bon Clay was a really big part in this.
Yeah.
And him and Luffy became like really good friends because he pretty much saved Luffy's life.
Yeah.
So they're going away on the ship, and Bon Clay stayed behind, pretended he was Luffy. No, I think he was pretending to be Magellan at first, and he helped them escape, but he stayed back to.
Because again, he has the ability to change into people.
Yeah. So I think he stayed back to also set off a bomb.
He stayed back to give Luffy and the others time to escape, and he I think Magellan came after him, and then everyone else came after him. So we don't know his fate, if he's dead or alive.
They made it seem like he died.
I think he's might be alive, because there is like a little Easter egg at the end of Red, the One Piece Red film, where it shows the back of Bon Clay celebrating. Looks like maybe an Impel Down. I don't know if anyone go look it up. I watched it like a month ago, two ago, watching it with a friend of mine. And I'm like, wait a minute, is that Bon Clay? Is he alive? So I feel like Bon Clay
could be, because his fate is undetermined.
I feel like, again,
they tried to make it seem like he died, but on the other hand, maybe he didn't.
Film rule number 1: if you don't see a dead body, they're not dead.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people. I don't know if you got up to that. Never mind. All right, so almost.
Was it Egghead spoilers?
It was, I think, right after Wano. Did you get after any episodes after?
I don't know, because you were telling me something that was during Egghead, and you said, "Oh, maybe it's after Wano," and then I'm like, "No, it's during Egghead." So just keep it to yourself for now.
Yeah,
I'll find out as I watch Egghead. So anyway,
so now we'll head into Marineford.
Yeah. So the big war, the Paramount War, the War of the Best, where we have all these warlords, we have the Whitebeard pirates, we have the 3 admirals, we have Garp there, we have Rengoku there. He's
Rengoku. Sengoku.
There's too many Gokus in anime.
Rengoku
Sengoku
showed up.
I mean, it would be appropriate because spoilers for those who have not watched One Piece. Yeah. But Ace gets turned into a donut, so of course I'm thinking
like Rengoku.
Yeah. But
Rengoku. I was like, wait.
Hey, it's me, Goku, and it's me, Rengoku. And then Sengoku with a big ass afro.
Guy.
Yeah, Budo.
Yeah.
With a
long beard. Yeah, Garp's there. Yeah, so Ace is in like the holding cell to bring him up on that little platform for his execution, and they're going to execute him pretty much the same way.
They're going to kill him like his dad, because we find out I think it's this saga that we find out that Ace is related to Goldie Garp.
Yeah, this is the arc where we find it out and it's made public.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, oh my god, oh my goodness.
Which there's also confusion because everyone's like, wait, Luffy said Ace is his brother. So does that mean Luffy's also a child of Goldie Roger? I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
But no, like, Luffy and Ace, they're not blood brothers. They exchanged a cup of sake and they took a vow that they, would be brothers for life, always have each other's back. So so they're not brothers by blood, which, but funny enough.
They're not related.
If anything, they would be like cousins, if you think about it.
They grew up together, they grew such a bond together that they look at each other like brothers. They grew up together since they were like little kids until they were able to leave the island and, go be pirates, which I think they had to wait till they're 18.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Luffy left at 17.
I think it's 17.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was 17.
Maybe
yeah.
Waited until he was 18.
Because Ace is a couple of years older. I think he's like 20, 21 or something like that.
Yeah. So.
He died so young.
Yeah, he did. And what's crazy, I feel like he would have been a lot more stronger if he made it to the time skip, because we don't see him use hockey or any of that stuff either. But
no.
Yeah, so there
was one time that he may have used it in a flashback in the post.
Yeah, he might have.
When they were kids, because there was like this whole, because it goes into the whole backstory and showing that there was a third brother named Sabo that Luffy, and Ace think that died. Spoilers, he didn't. But I mean, just to go over, because that backstory adds so much more context to Luffy's and Ace relationship and why Luffy's like, Ace is like, oh, Luffy's always running behind, being the crybaby, no matter what, And the thing is like Luffy, is like basically family. Ace is basically family to Luffy, because it was him and Sabo stranded in the woods with these bandits. Which Garp, why are you setting this kid who was kidnapped by bandits and now you're gonna have him be raised by bandits? Like what the hell, man? Garp,
they were good bandits though.
Yeah, they were good. I mean, they're still bandits, but but Garp is conflicted, because he wants the best for his kids, I mean, he basically adopted Ace and Sabo, as his kind of like his grandkids. But but more with Ace and Luffy, to be honest, because I don't think he had much of a connection with Sabo. But with Luffy and Ace,
they did. They just thought Sabo died, so he never talks about him. Yeah, that's why they thought he died when he was a kid, when they were kids. So,
but with Garp,
he connection, but
but with Garp, he's very conflicted because he doesn't want to see Ace get killed, and I think he mentioned something like, if Ace told me to rescue him and tore this whole place down, I would have done it in a heartbeat. But Ace is like, he doesn't want that to do that at Garp. Ace, of course, he has a lot of pride. Growing up, it was very difficult.
Garp also said, you're gonna live a life as a criminal. You have to face the do the crime, you do the time, pretty much. Garp's like, you did this yourself. I tried to have you become a Marine, but you wanted to be a pirate. So Garp also just put it on Ace himself, like, you put yourself in this position.
But what I did like is that when Ace was up there by the platform, Garp wasn't just hanging out in the back. He actually walked up to the podium and sat with Ace.
Oh yeah, he was sitting right up there. Yeah,
he's like, at least I can give you some comfort as your adopted grandfather or whatever. At least I can still be there with you till the end. Like, not just be like an asshole and just be like Kizaru and God, what's his name?
Aokiji,
Alkainu, like these assholes right here, just like aura farming on the but
unless you're Nico Robin and Aokiji,
but
even Sengoku was telling Garp, like, watch yourself. Like, I know how close you are with him. Don't you try anything? And Garp's like, I'm not going to. He put himself in this position.
But there was a point where when all hell breaks loose, where the Whitebeard pirates come in, we see Whitebeard in action with his OP fruit.
His devil fruit's so awesome. Quake, like earthquake.
Yeah, the Quaker. He punches like and shatters reality.
Yeah,
that it just starts a quake that basically turns Marineford
tidal waves.
Yeah,
he creates tidal waves, and they're about to hit Marineford, and Aokiji, being as powerful as he is, freezes that shit.
Yeah,
and you're like,
he makes it into a winter wonderland. Like the whole area is just now a frozen battle, and it's just everyone from Marineford.
And another cool thing, how the Whitebeard pirates came, you were waiting for their ships to just show up by sea.
Mm-hmm.
They had their ships coated and came in underwater and popped.
Yeah, dude.
In Marineford, you're like, oh shit!
It was a sneak attack, and it was just not one ship. It was all these other ships.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They were like,
and he has a fleet too.
Yeah, he had a fleet
in his crew. Like how eventually Luffy gets one, which we'll talk about later in Dressrosa. But he does have a fleet. Like all his top crewmates are like own captains on their own ships,
and one of them is actually one of the was it the Akaza? Was that Akiji? What's it called? The Samurai 9 from Wano, the one with the pistols.
Oh yeah.
One of the brothers is
I forgot his name.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to Wano. But
he has a lot of awesome members. My favorite is Marco the Phoenix.
Yeah,
he's my favorite.
He's basically the ship's doctor, and he has like a cool he turns into this huge like burning blue phoenix, and he's able to take on a lot of aerial combat, and it's just really sick. Like there's a lot of good moments in this.
I cannot wait for that figure. It's probably gonna be like $200+.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm surprised that talking about figures, because it says figures and films. I'm surprised that the Marineford Luffy, with the yellow and red pants, I'm surprised that's actually gonna be general release, $35.
I'm glad. I think Luffy is gonna be like how Goku is, but I mean there are some Gokus that are kind of pricey too. So I'm sure at some point there's gonna like the Gear 5 Luffy's are super. Well, the second one's super pricey. The first one's under $100.
Yeah.
But they're like when they do Gear 4, I guarantee is going to be like close to $200.
Oh yeah. I still need to get Ace. You know what? Actually, I'm going to buy Ace.
You should. Yeah, you should get Ace. He's around like $100, but he is worth $100.
It was either between Ace or Akaza, and I'm like,
Akaza's a lot cheaper. Ace.
Akaza's like $70. Ace is like close to $100.
Oh, like if you get the figure arts Akaza, yeah. But I know you're a big Ace fan. You'd probably. I feel like if you wait for Akaza, he might some places might put him on sale because I don't think he's sold out. The One Piece line is more popular.
Yeah.
So I think Ace's price will just climb up. Plus, he was like a web store exclusive or some shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like. So and I know you're more of an Ace fan than Akaza, but I feel like you'll be able to find Akaza maybe like $10 cheaper at some point.
Yeah. But anyway, getting back to it, we're over an hour now, so we're gonna just try to wrap this up as quickly as we can, because I need to go eat too, and but we need to eat. We need food. Talking about anime for an hour makes you hungry.
Yeah.
But
there is a lot of big moments in this arc.
Blackbeard shows up and he gets in the middle of things.
Yeah, he shows up towards the end. There's one badass moment with Shanks, which we'll get to a little bit later.
Yeah, he comes late to the party, but there's a cool thing, because while this is happening, other things are happening outside, the battle. And we find out, Kaido was trying to get to Marineford, but Shanks stopped him over in Wano. I'm like, oh, so that's kind of cool. You kind of see the emperors fighting with each other because they wanted
off screen though.
They want to take down Whitebeard because he's getting old. He's getting sick.
Yeah, him and Shanks are like the top pirates at this moment in One Piece. Even I feel like if it was
Shanks even told Whitebeard, hey. tell Ace not to go after Teach. This is dangerous.
Yeah,
He's you know, because
arcs ago.
and they got into a little fight, and Shanks is like, oh god, now it's happening.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta stop this Kaido. I gotta stop Kaido from coming over here and wrecking shit.
Yeah,
Because if Kaido came, oh my god.
All the impel down prisoners and Luffy all like fall out of the sky too in the beginning of it. And you're like, what's going on? And then you go dan. He's like, Ace. He's like, what is he doing here?
Having
Ace?
a comedic entrance in the middle of a war zone.
But like it's funny because Luffy like doesn't hold back with Whitebeard because he knows Whitebeard's like a top pirate, and he's like telling Whitebeard, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. And Whitebeard's like almost at the king of the pirates, like becoming king of the pirates. He's just gotten too old at this point.
Yeah.
And he's like, Whitebeard loves him though. He like respects Luffy, and he like notices something in Luffy too. He even tells his crew and Marco, like, watch this kid, don't let him get killed or hurt. So they're all looking out for Luffy too, because Luffy's still, he hasn't went through any training yet. He's still as strong as he was in Sabaody. So he still needs to develop and learn and train.
And he's kind of weakened too because of that fight with Mangella. He left his body in bad shape, and Ivankov had to do
Ivankov kept giving him like those, because he like stabs you and like injects adrenaline or something into you, and
it wasn't, and it's not gonna last long. I think he said like, oh, this is only last for a little bit.
It takes years off your life too. Yeah. I forgot how many years he said it takes off your life.
Luffy be doing things that takes a lot of years off his life. So
yeah, it was like 7 or 8 years would get taken off his lifespan. And Luffy's like, I don't care, just do it. So Luffy's probably lost like 20 years of his life, but they live like to like 120, 150 years old in One Piece.
Yeah, I feel like Luffy. The one thing I do not want for the finale to be is Luffy dies.
Luffy dying. Yeah, I don't think he will. Some people think a Straw Hat or two might die, though. I don't know.
I know people were speculating that Sanji might die because Toei's treating him really bad in the anime adaptation.
Nah, a lot of people think Usopp's gonna die. Like, I know Zoro won't die. I don't think Sanji will die. Nami won't die.
I'll tell you who did die in this arc. Freaking Whitebeard dies. Ace dies.
Yeah, Ace dies and Whitebeard, pretty much. Yeah, those are the two big deaths in it.
I think that giant from that they had on their crew died.
Oars. Yeah, they had like another Oars, but he was part of Whitebeard's crew, and he was trying to save Ace because him and Ace had a connection. And you see a couple flashbacks of him as well, and he's the one who kind of like breaks down the wall so they can get in there to try to save Ace.
Yeah,
but there's so many moments where you think Luffy's right there, but he's not. It's like another 20 episodes. You're like, Jesus Christ. Get up to that podium already, Luffy.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the big downside of that arc, is that the pacing and the repetitive of, like, I understand because Luffy kept getting pushed back, but it just felt like he should have been
too much of it.
He should have just reached that that podium by like well, as soon as he came
there were
in.
Times I remember there was a couple times they were going to try to execute Ace. I know one of them, Luffy used Conqueror's Haki, not knowing he did, and knocked out the executioners. There was another time where Luffy couldn't do anything and nobody else, and Crocodile stopped them from doing it. I was like, oh shit, okay. That was
Crocodile was fighting everyone. He was fighting because
he wanted to get Blackbeard. Blackbeard cut off his hand.
Oh, you mean Whitebeard?
That's what I mean, Whitebeard. Yeah,
he wanted to fight Whitebeard. He wanted to fight. He fought Doflamingo.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And Doflamingo was like, "Oh, what are you doing, buddy?" And he's like,
he wanted him to join him.
Yeah.
And Crocodile's like, "Nah, man, I'm good."
he's like, "Piss off."
Yeah, Crocodile was really
pocket sand. Pocket sand.
He was definitely one of my favorites in the arc. Mihawk had a little thing here and there. He tried to slash up Luffy, and Luffy.
He was having some trouble with one of Whitebeard's because
that guy was one of the top swordsmen. The guy who had the two swords.
Yeah, did he die? Whatever happened to him?
No, he's one of the top swordsmen in the One Piece world. So he's like pretty much up there with Mihawk and like Shanks. that's why I think Whitebeard even said go help Luffy because
because we saw
Luffy can bounce bullets back at people, but swords will slash him up with his devil fruit.
Yeah, anything with a blade can mess Luffy up, but I also Law was in this too. He helps Luffy escape. He's just chilling on the sidelines watching the whole thing take place.
Yeah.
And
well, before all that, Luffy does end up getting to Ace. He even punched Garp to get up there.
Because Garp's like, if you want to protect those you love, you're gonna have to do.
You gotta get through me.
Yeah,
and
you have
Luffy,
to
with all his strength, like he didn't want to, but he punched him, knocked him off the thing he was running up. But
he's basically giving Luffy one last lesson, saying like, hey, in life you're gonna have to make some hard decisions, and it's gonna hurt like hell.
Yeah. But Luffy does end up getting to Ace, and Sengoku went into like his Buddha thing and tried to kill them and missed them. And Mr. 3 was there too. He accidentally like became one of the executioners.
Yeah.
And they lost the keys, so he created one, gave it to Luffy, and it looks like Sengoku hit them, but Luffy unchained them, and you see all the fire, and you're like, yeah, Ace. And they're trying to escape. And Akainu had like a hard-on for killing Ace.
Oh, he has a hard-on for killing any pirate. Especially the ones that are related to Gold D. Roger or Luffy,
Yeah, and Ace thought fire can beat magma. It's like, come on, bro. Just use common sense.
Yeah, magma's just way hotter. And
Yeah. So they're fighting. Yeah, go ahead.
And Luffy and Ace almost made it, but Akainu had to talk smack, and unfortunately Ace, because of his pride, and he doesn't take no shit for granted. So he
didn't take kindly to trash.
So and unfortunately Luffy got left behind, and I guess he got distracted because he still had the what was the paper that tracks your location.
I forgot what it's
called. Guys,
called.
What's the paper called where it tracks your location in One Piece? It's
it's an odd word too.
You tear a piece.
Vivre.
Viva card. I think that's what it's called.
That's it. Viva card.
Yeah, and Luffy. That's how he knew Ace was in trouble, because it was burning up. He was basically dying, and when
he was using that the entire time since like Amazon Lily. It kept getting smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm. And it fell off his I guess it fell off his pockets, and it he went to go pick it up, and I kind of saw it. Oh, look at that, I'm gonna kill Luffy now, he's distracted. And then Ace, like the big brother that he is, covers Luffy and freaking gets turned into a donut by Akainu. He tried to have it face through him because he's a Logia type, but unfortunately the magma was just too much for him.
Well, he probably used like a mixture of hockey and magma too. So
that's true. He probably used hockey as well.
Yeah, when you use hockey, it can affect devil fruit users. So Ace, that was it for Ace. And this is the first time Luffy just broke. He was broken. He just pretty much like passed out in a way.
Yeah. He basically he blacked out from shock that his brother died in front of his
pretty much in his arms. Yeah.
And he's basically, knocked. He's not knocked out, but he's incapacitated for the rest of the fight. So
it's like he's unconscious, but not. But it's weird what happened to him, because Jinbei pretty much has to carry him and get him out of there.
And Akainu's trying to attack him, and that's how he got that scar. Because the magma, he went through Jinbei, didn't kill him, surprisingly. And
thank God.
The magma fell on Luffy's chest. I thought it was something else, but that's basically a burnt scar.
Yeah, that scar right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so Luffy was only able to escape on Law's ship because Shanks finally came in last minute.
Law popped out of nowhere.
when things were getting so bad, even Blackbeard.
This was one of the most badass One Piece moments.
Yeah.
Whitebeard ends up dying, and Blackbeard does some weird shit and somehow steals Whitebeard. Whitebeard had a great battle.
The way Whitebeard gets taken out, though, is iconic and so sad because, one, he still see Blackbeard as one of his sons because, you know, anyone who screws his sons. Yeah. But he's like, you know, I'm not going to take it easy on you, dude. And one, like,
the shit.
Yeah. Blackbeard was kind of terrified, and he only cheated with bullets in his gang to back him up. So you filled him with bullets, and he died. But before he died, he's like, listen, the One Piece is real, and, you know, like, this is a new age for pirates. You know, he's kind of like giving a little speech and warning the Marines and the government.
This whole shit's being televised.
Yeah, it's televised, and, you know, people in, like, Sabaody see it. By the way, Buggy's having his own little shenanigans of be like, aha, it's me, Captain Buggy. Like, look at this.
He ends up becoming a Yonko at the end of this, and it's like, what?
From pure luck and just hype from his crewmates that he made, friends he made in Impel Down. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Blackbeard, like, when Whitebeard dies, he takes like a blanket and covers himself along with Whitebeard, and somehow he's able to steal Whitebeard's fruit, and now he, I guess. This is what I think. When you die and you're a devil fruit user, wherever the closest fruit is to you, I think that is where the devil fruit ability goes into that fruit.
Yeah.
So I think, because I think Doflamingo had a fruit on him and mentioned something about it.
We see that kind of in, I think, in Punk Hazard a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more. Yeah,
where it's like when a devil fruit user dies, it finds a local fruit and it turns that into the devil fruit.
Yeah, so I think Blackbeard had like an apple or whatever, and once Whitebeard died, his devil fruit transitioned into that fruit that Blackbeard had.
That, or maybe he did some meta stuff where he ate his heart or something.
Yeah, he could have.
Because I think there's like another thing where it's like if you eat a part of something of that devil fruit, like you get that ability.
Yeah. Also, he does have that black hole devil fruit. Maybe just his devil fruit. He's able. Some people think his devil fruit's like a 3-headed dog or something.
Well, yeah, because again, in the devil fruit lore, you can only have one devil fruit per person. If you try to combine more than one, you will die.
Two now. Yeah, he has 2 now, and I think he can acquire a 3rd one.
And it's because his Jolly Roger has 3 skulls on it.
Yeah,
and people think that he might have 3 personalities or 3 souls.
Yeah. Which we kind of did talk about, I think, last episode.
Yeah, and the Skypiea kind of art.
So we don't know what he did exactly. It's still unknown to where we're at now. Currently, we don't know what the hell he did. And I'm still curious if he eventually is going to get another devil fruit. So now he has that black hole devil fruit, and now the Quake devil fruit, which was Whitebeard's.
Yeah.
Think about how OP Blackbeard is right now. But yeah, after all that, Luffy gets on Lost Ship, and they're trying to dip off. Now Kizaru's going after him, and then all of a sudden, Shanks' crew shows up. And Ben Beckman just points a gun at Kizaru. He's like, oh shit, Ben Beckman.
Oh shit. Hey, look, hey, we're cool, right? Hey, we're cool.
Yeah,
the fact that the guy who's able to turn into light is getting nervous because some regular dude is just pointing a gun at him, that should speak volumes of what kind of level that Shanks' crew is on.
Yeah, that's Shanks' right-hand man too, like how Zoro is to Luffy. So he's strong as hell.
Yeah.
But Shanks walked up in there, he's like, this war is over. This dude literally ended a war just by showing up and saying it's over. And if you still want to fight, you could fight us.
Yeah. And everyone's like, no, we're good. Well, you know what?
Yeah. Mihawk's like, hey, they're like, where you going, Mihawk? He's like, I signed up to fight Whitebeard and them. I'm not fighting them. And he left. Yeah, everybody was like, I'm good. Yep.
Shanks was like, oh, Shanks was like, remember that conversation they had in the beginning of One Piece where like, Mihawk's like, oh, it's not even a bother fighting you, even though you have the man. And he's like, and then Shanks like, I can still take you. And he's like, "You want to bet? You want to bet right now? Score up something." Mihawk's like, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna go to my island. I gotta train this green-haired weirdo that worships me." So,
it makes you wonder though, because Shanks is a swordsman.
yeah.
Mihawk is the world's greatest swordsman or strongest swordsman.
Well,
But if
again,
Shanks
one's a
is swordsman-
Yonko/Emperor, one's a warlord. So
yeah. Well, I think Mihawk's never been on a crew, never made a crew. He's just
no,
like
he's like Mihawk's a
he's
character
like his own
that
thing.
he does his own thing, and I think he holds back. I don't think he.
Yeah.
I don't think he goes full on unless he really wants to.
Yeah, he will end the end war arcs or end battle ones. He will. We'll finally see it at some point. I think he's going to fight along with Zoro at one point, and then maybe at the end he's going to fight Zoro, so Zoro can take that world's greatest swordsman role.
Yeah,
that I can't wait to see. But yeah, I really want to see Mihawk go all out, because Mihawk I know is Yonko level and could be a Yonko if he wanted to. He's just like he just does his own thing by himself. He doesn't want a crew, doesn't want to be in a crew, none of that. So I know he's super strong. But it's like, who is the strongest swordsman out of Shanks and Mihawk? You know?
we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball One Piece.
Yeah, but so that's pretty much Marineford. It's such a great arc. Yeah, it like what you were saying, like when Luffy kept getting up to that podium where Ace was, I can push back. And it's like, how many times is that gonna happen?
Yeah.
It keeps taking him forever up there. The post-war arc is pretty good too.
Yeah, the what do they call it? The SAL arc. Basically the flashback of Ace, Luffy, and
No. That's actually after the post Marineford. That arc is because the post-war is Luffy.
Well, there's two parts
Luffy
of the post-war.
training.
There's two parts of the post-war. So part
Oh,
one
that's
of the
part of it?
Yeah, so the part one of the post-war is Luffy recovering on Amazon Lily, because he goes back there after Law helps him out, and then he's reminiscing about Luffy childhood with Ace and Sabo, and him just falling apart, that his brothers are no longer with them. But after the flashback, Jinbei is the one who's like snapping him out of it and trying to help him.
He's like, you still have your crew. Yeah. Like, who do you still have?
And Luffy's like, I still have my crew. And this is kind of his wake-up call. He's like, I gotta get stronger. I gotta be able to protect my friends, because I failed to protect Ace, and I gotta get stronger because we weren't ready for Sabo Odi. So that's when he goes back to. Sorry, let me just finish real quick because we're running out of time. But this is when he goes back to Marineford again with a little army of like Jinbei and Rayleigh goes to back him up, so he can send a message to the newspapers. He has a little a little writing on his arm.
Because they were supposed to meet up in 3 days to Straw Hats. He changed it to 2 years.
So and
get stronger, train,
and all the Straw Hats got that information, and they are taking this time to, instead of running back to Luffy, finding out that he lost his brother Ace. Luffy's saying, no, wait, let's get stronger, regroup on Sabo Odi in 2 years, and it was a coded message too, so only they would know that. Yeah. So.
And then the whole flashback arc was good too with Ace, Sabo, Luffy. You learn a lot more about them and like their brotherhood and everything and all that. It was a nice chunk of episodes, and then after that we get to the time skip. So we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yep.
That whole arc definitely S tier.
Impel Down, Marineford, and post-war arc all S tier.
Yeah. So the episode 5. Will be Fishman Island, probably Punk Hazard, and maybe Dressrosa, and that's it. I don't know. It might just be Fishman Island and Punk Hazard.
Well, we'll also do Whole Cake Island and Wano.
You think we are going to do everything? But I mean, just next episode.
Oh, next episode. Oh, yeah.
So it might be because the arcs get longer. And
I think what we'll do is that I think with Wano, we'll make its own episode just entirely because there's so much that happened
Yeah,
in Wano.
maybe we'll do this. We'll do Fishman Island, Punk Hazard, then we'll do
Dressrosa,
Dressrosa, Zhao,
Zhao.
and Whole Cake, then Wano. So we could probably do this in 3 more episodes,
Yeah.
I think.
But that's
Right.
gonna be it for this episode. Let us know if you enjoyed. So it's kind of like a ranking, kind of like a discussion building up to the modern arc for One Piece. Give us your thoughts if you agree with this tier list. What do you guys think about these arcs? Again, go check out the previous episodes on Sean's channel. They should be somewhere here or a link down below, whatever. We might make this another live because we do enjoy interacting with you guys. Let me just read a couple of comments. That Starblast said, SH Figure Arts got no chill when they give Luffy the crying face on the new figure from that arc. Talking about Marineford. Let me see. Oh, one Super Shippuden ball piece Academia Zeep. What the?
Yeah. Because we were saying, find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Let me see. Dub is actually matching to me because it kind of English dub crying voice got me feel whip. Yeah, I never watched One Piece in the dub. I watch it in the Japanese sub. I only watch dub if I'm doing something and I need
Yeah, I watched both. I haven't watched One Piece through thoroughly twice from like beginning to end, but I do go back and watch arcs a lot. So
yeah, but that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, stay notified, and we will see you in the next episode of ranking every One Piece episode. Arc episode. All right, everyone.
We will see you guys. Thanks for joining the live. We'll see you next week.
Take care.
Till then.